To the Batmobile. Let's go.
Atomic batteries to power. Turbines to speed.
Roger. Ready to move out.
All right. Basement Banter back in full effect. Episode 136 on Thor. That's Snappy Brian.
Oh, yeah.
As we
do
call
you know
him.
what they call me at work?
Snappy Brian?
Four-fingered Brian, because I do this all the time. That's a weird nickname, but I was like, okay, whatever.
Four-fingered Brian.
That is what he called me, because I do this all the time.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what I was kind of like, I mean, I don't really care, but okay.
All right.
So that's what you guys can call me, Four-fingered Brian. That's my new name, I guess.
Okay. All right. Star Wars had a trailer. So some things happened.
What, like a year ago?
It feels like it. It feels like it. The final trailer for Star Wars
Why do you
Episode
air
9.
quote that? You think there'll be another one?
No, there won't be.
Okay, well then why'd you say it like that?
I don't know. Just because it was the final trailer. Jesus, man. The final trailer for Star Wars Episode 9, The Rise of Skywalker. That's a mouthful. Dropped. Mm-hmm. They dropped it during Monday Night Football like they've done the past, I think, 2 times.
Okay.
I remember Force Awakens and I know Last Jedi dropped during Monday Night Football. Because I think we did a stream for the Last Jedi one.
I think I remember that too.
I think that was around episode 100.
So what did you think?
Of what? The trailer?
Of course.
Oh, I don't know. I was underwhelmed.
So
I mean, I didn't hate it. I didn't love it. I was like, it looks. There are things that bugged me.
Really?
Number one, and I pointed them both out to you during while we were watching the trailer. Number one was the horses in space, which looks like they're on the top of a Star Destroyer riding space horses.
Okay.
That bugged the shit out of me. And then
the C-3PO
C-3PO where he's getting worked on by the back of his head by that little dude who was cool. That was cool. And then they're like, what are you looking at, C-3PO? And he's like, my friends for the last time. And I'm just like,
why? Why do you not like that? I don't. So look, I get it. Like, friendship is magic, whatever. But like at the same time,
it just, I don't know. A lot of people love that line. And
I thought it was a good line.
That was so good. Oh,
I don't know about so good, but I liked the line. I thought it was a good line.
And I'm not here to like pee on anyone's Christmas.
And out of all the robots to say it, C-3PO, like I get that. C-3PO.
Yeah, he's the only one who actually talks. So you know, I mean, was R2 gonna say beep 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 beep?
And then C-3PO will be like, he says he's looking at his friends for the last time. Yes, it could.
You just made it worse. I was like, they couldn't make that worse, and then you said that, and I'm like, oh, they could have made that worse.
Right, exactly.
Or
that's my point.
Or Dio or BB-8, which none. Okay,
so
whatever.
What was my point just now? What did I just say? Out of all the robots to say it, C-3PO is the one that would. And
why
you just agreed with me.
Why does anybody have to say it? We know it's the last one. Why do you have to be so on the nose, though?
Well,
I hope.
so
here's what I said. And here's what I said, not to you, but to somebody else when I was watching that trailer. I hope that's in the trailer, but not in the movie. You know how you see stuff in the trailer all the time that's not in the movie? That's one of those things that I really hope gets cut in edit because it's just too cheesy.
I don't know. If he was like sacrificing himself, again, C-3PO's character.
C-3PO's not why would he sacrifice himself?
Because it's the Resistance and possibly a bunch of people could be. What's wrong with C-3PO dying?
Nothing.
Okay, well then quit being a baby about it.
Nothing's wrong with him dying.
And it's okay.
He's a protocol droid, not a battle droid.
Okay, if Lando said it, yes, we could argue that it was stupid because Lando's too cool to say something like that.
Billy D. Williams has never said anything stupid or uncool.
And that's my point.
So if it came out of Billy D, it wouldn't. Number one, it wouldn't have sounded like C-3PO, and he wouldn't have said those exact words. It would have been Billy D.
But my point
he would have
is,
said like man.
Out of anyone
dude.
to say it, C-3PO, I'm like, okay, that makes sense. C-3PO is like.
Speaking of Lando, though,
something he could say.
How'd you like seeing Lando?
For the 30 seconds he was in the thing.
He was in the Millennium Falcon.
I mean, it's a little late.
He was holding court.
It's a little late to come back. Remember when we were like, oh yeah, Last Jedi?
No,
they should frickin' have Lando there.
So ready for Lando.
I love Lando, but I'm kind of like,
how many ships?
I feel scorned, and I feel like they put him there to be like, see.
Because they had nobody else was left. They killed Han.
We got him back.
Luke technically is in this movie, but isn't in this movie. That's going to be very odd to see what they do with
this whole trailer makes the whole movie feel like they're trying really hard to be like, see, this is Star Wars again, guys.
No, I think they're trying really hard to be like, this is the finale of 9
It's
films.
not how I feel. I feel like it's like they put so much Star Wars in it. I feel like it was like when I watched the frickin' not The Last Jedi, Force Awakens trailer, where it's like Star Wars, Star Wars, Star Wars, Star Wars thing, Star Wars thing, Star Wars thing, Star Wars
when
thing,
you
Star
watch
Wars
a Star Wars trailer, you're gonna have like TIE fighters and you're gonna have Star Wars stuff. That's like
my
saying
point
like
is-
I was watching a trailer for a Western movie and they
Okay.
had horses and guns and stuff.
Okay, first off, it's completely different.
Not different.
It'd be like if I saw a spaceship in the thing, and I'm like, oh, of course. It would be
That's
different.
exactly what you just
No,
said.
it's completely different. It'd be completely if they literally had a character from another Western show up, like an old freaking Clint
Happens all the time.
Eastwood
Yep.
with his cowboy hat on, and he's like, I'm the same cowboy from that other movie, and I'm just
happens.
here to say hi, and I gotta go use this shitter. And then he walks out to the bathroom, and you never see him again. That is exactly what happens.
That's not what they've done with the
100%.
OG trilogy people though. They haven't had
100%.
Who's come in the
Billy
new
D
trilogy
literally is just walking to the freaking latrine. He's
You
like, okay,
cannot
I'm on my ship, whatever.
without seeing it. You cannot say how big or small his role
My
is.
point is, they just blah blah blah, and I'm not saying it's bad, but it's just blah 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 blah. When you watch freaking Last Jedi trailer, there was much less just random Star Wars imagery. It's still Star Wars, but they tried to be different, which everybody pooped on. So I feel like they're coming back to safe. They're like, okay,
They had to, yeah.
we had to come back. And I'm not stating whether it's bad or good. I'm just saying, and you're arguing that it's not the truth.
There's other things I didn't like about that
They
trailer
just
too.
shot a bunch of Star Wars imagery because they knew they had
When
to.
Rey's like, everyone thinks they know me, but no one does. And
Which-
then Kylo's like, I do. And I'm just like, oh, God.
I mean, that was a little awkward, but I also like their relationship and kind of what they have established so far, and I'd like to see it expanded upon.
You
but
just want more shirt off Kylo. Let's be real.
I mean,
you
I'm
just
not
want Adam
against
Driver
it.
shirtless. That's all you want.
I'm not against it.
Wet and shirtless.
He is wet with his shirt on.
Yeah, when they're fighting
In the
that
trailer.
So is that Endor where it's the fallen Death Star, and that's where has Palpatine just been hanging out on Endor ever since it fallen, literally just hiding in the remains of his fallen Death Star? Because that's what they make it seem like with that giant throne that they showed, but they didn't show him in it, and then they kind of showed him from the back on the side where it looks like he's in a little ship thingy.
If I had to guess, it's going to be kind of like the Darth Vader thing where they just showed the mask for like 30 seconds. But in the trailer, they made it seem like it was going to be a huge part. So they're going to show the throne for like 30 seconds, but they made the trailer seem like, oh, yeah. So, like...
Well, they don't have to show it for a second, so you think it'll be a huge part then?
No, I think it'll be a tiny part, but they make it look like it's a huge part in the trailer.
The Emperor's got to play a...
I'm not saying the Emperor won't be.
Oh, okay.
I'm saying his throne in that specific...
Yeah, like Mustafar when they had Vader's
So
castle.
what I'm trying to say is he probably didn't just hang out on Endor and frickin' make friends with the Ewoks.
Well, where is he? Because he says he's been waiting, right? He says he's been like lurking in the back pretty much.
Probably at one of his weird cloning facilities.
Do they do the clone thing?
I don't know. I just had
The
to make a
EU clone
reference to
thing?
the old frickin'...
People are hot on it.
There's all these Palpatine clones.
Snoke, what was Snoke a
Poopy
clone?
A poopy clone.
Like I don't know. There's a lot to answer come December 20th. And
I'll tell you what.
I don't.
If it sounds like a risky proposition, probably not going to do it. They're probably like, what's the safest story we could tell?
Well, it's J.J. Abrams, so you know he's going to play it safe. Like, Force Awakens was a safe movie.
They have to.
They have to.
At this
but
point, they kind of have to.
not
which
true.
is not bad.
Not true, because they have Mandalorian coming.
Right. So what I'm saying
have
is
Mandalorian coming.
their main stories have to play it safe. They can do their weird Disney Plus stuff and be weird and risky with all the side stuff.
No,
but their
'cause-
main Star Wars has to be safe. It
This
will
is
be
this
safe.
is it though. This is it. This is
It's gotta be
They
safe.
have said this is the finale of 9 films. No
Gotta
more
be safe.
saga films. There will never be an episode 10, 11,
Right.
12.
Gotta be safe. 100% gotta be safe.
I agree with you, but
They're gonna be safe.
That-
Which is like whether you like that or don't is totally up to you. Your prerogative.
they're in a tough situation.
I think
to win with
everybody
this movie.
poops on Last Jedi way harder than it deserves.
Oh, definitely.
And I think if you cut out certain parts of the movie, similarly to the prequels, they become much better movies. But I don't think it's as bad as everybody makes it. Everyone makes it
No,
sound
and
like
this
it's
isn't-
like horrendous.
no.
But unfortunately, it will say it's the most divided film. I think.
Oh,
I
definitely.
think it's the film that.
It's the most divisive film for,
Right.
for
So
the Star Wars
unfortunately, they
fandom,
have
for
to
sure.
play. They have to play it really safe with this next one if they want to retain. We'll say
My
the
wife
mass
hates
general audience.
My wife hates Last Jedi.
Wait, really?
Last Jedi almost ruined my wife's Star Wars fandom, which
Really?
like precedes me by a long shot. And like I thought she used to like love Star Wars, and like
Really?
literally since the Last Jedi, it's been hard to get her to watch Star Wars,
That's crazy.
which is it's hurtful, it's sad for my life.
You know.
I'm curious. I don't know how they're gonna do this. That you're probably right. They're gonna have to play it safe. I mean, I don't see them doing anything super bold, anyways. But Star Wars is in such a weird spot, which is why we should just move right on to the Mandalorian trailer, because the Mandalorian trailer came out like within days of this the Rise of Skywalker trailer. Right. I would assume the last Mandalorian trailer, considering it comes out next. Well, it comes out what? What's the day? Today is the 6th. It comes out in 6 days.
Oh wow!
November 12th.
Yeah.
Is the first. So what they're going to do is at launch, they're going to have one episode of The Mandalorian, and then they're going to launch a new episode every Friday. So technically the 12th is on a Wednesday. No, it's Tuesday. So one episode, the first episode will be up when it launches on the 12th. They'll upload a next episode on that Friday. So you'll technically get 2 episodes the first week. Then you'll have to wait Friday for...
I hate waiting.
Tough you. Suck it up. So, but that trailer, that Mandalorian trailer, and we saw a lot of the same shots in the first
It's definitely
Mandalorian.
good. It is a lot of I mean, if you saw the first one, you saw half of this trailer.
You did. You just saw more extended stuff. Like they showed more of him. Well, and then him when he was pulling on that animal, and it was like pulling him into a cave, and him and his buddy in the ship. I think this seems like
it looks good.
This to me is a lot more what like 2019 Star Wars needs to be. Like maybe get away from the movies for a little while and explore the world a little bit more with these Disney Plus shows. And if something hits on Disney Plus,
ruin it in a movie.
Exactly what I was gonna say. Get Ryan Johnson in there and just take a hot steaming dump right on it. Exactly what I was gonna say.
Have I told you my favorite? I know you were really not into Red Letter Media for a little bit there. I don't know if you're still super against them.
They're from Wisconsin, so I mean they'll always be my lesser.
My favorite thing they
shows.
did with the whole like Last Jedi was they're like a short film by Ryan Johnson, and he's like at a dinner table, and they like a guy sets down a glass for wine, and then he sets the bottle down, and he's like, it's like a silent thing, and you're like, okay, and he grabs the bottle, goes to pour it, and then he pours it all over the table, and then the guy who's playing Ryan Johnson, he's just like, and just starts like cackling really goofy. Dude, I lose it every time. That is funnier probably than any review they've ever done. That little short film makes me like pee my pants laughing. It's so funny.
I don't know.
Because he's the master of twists.
Okay,
He's the new
yeah.
M. Night Shyamalan.
The Mandalorian's gonna be good.
I think so.
The Mandalorian may be better than The Rise of Skywalker.
I don't think you're probably. Yeah, I mean, you're probably not wrong, but that's the thing with risky things.
I trust Dave
net
Filoni.
payoff can be greater.
I trust Dave Filoni. I trust Jon Favreau. I trust the people
How
that they've.
violent do you think this will be? It looks
Mandalorian?
pretty dang. Looks like it's going to be pretty hardcore, right?
Disney has like a threshold
Right.
for this service, so it'll be below the threshold. I mean, it's not going to be hardcore.
But do you think it's going to be the top of the threshold, like as close as they can get?
Yeah, definitely. Of course. They showed in the trailer there's that part where he pulls the dude into the spinny hole door,
Right.
and the door closes and it looks like it cuts him in half.
Right.
I just don't think you show him getting cut in half.
Right.
You just show like a half dropping, probably. They can get away with lots of stuff if it's how you shoot it versus like it's just versus how graphic you make it, right? Do you
Well,
show him
like-
being cut in half, or do you show like a pair of legs falling from
It's
a
just
closed
like Rogue
door?
One, the end of Rogue One. They had Darth Vader just freaking messing people up.
yeah.
And that was super violent, but at the same time, you didn't show anything that would have given you a naughty rating. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
But it was like crazy implied violence.
This is a bounty hunter in a lawless time in the galaxy post post Return of the Jedi, before the First Order and the Resistance and stuff like that. So, yeah, I mean, it's gonna have to be. And I like that. Hopefully, every episode is like an individual mission of his.
Yeah,
with a through line, right?
Yeah.
I mean, I don't see how you do it.
What did you compare it to? Some old cowboy
Renegade.
show?
Renegade, Lorenzo Lamas. He rode a motorcycle from town to town and solved problems. Like he would run into town and then there'd be like some thugs, beating up some old man for like protection money. And he'd like meet his like really hot niece who was like, lived with him. Right. And then he'd help the dude and like get the hot niece. And then he'd ride off on his chopper to the next city. He's Renegade. Lorenzo Lamas. Oh, that's what we should do. It doesn't hold up on. It's Lorenzo Lamas Renegade.
We'll remember that.
Write that down. So speaking of Mandalorian, and we already talked about Disney Plus. It comes out next Tuesday. You bought it yet? You pre-ordered?
I haven't. Isn't there like a bonus for pre-ordering or something?
So you can sign up a month to month for $6.99.
Are we getting a Disney check for this promo we're about to drop?
Hopefully. Disney, I will put the address in the comments below. That's where you can send the checks. Make them out to Thor, Zimborger.
Wait, what? Whoa. Make it out to Basement Boy Banter.
That doesn't have an account. Make it out to Thor Zimmerborger hyphenated. 2 last names.
Unbelievable.
Just add me. I'll give you all the details. But Disney Plus drops next Tuesday, the 12th.
And the pre-order bonus is
$69.99 for 12 months, or $6.99 a month. So if you want to go month to month, you can go $6.99 a month.
That's not really much of a deal, though.
It's 2 months free. $6.99 times 10 is $69.99.
Right.
So you get 2 months free. That's $14.
Okay.
That's a pretty good deal.
What's that math out percent-wise?
What do you want? What do you want from them?
I don't know.
What's a good deal to you,
Brian?
My
God! It's not that great a deal.
What's a good
25% is like super common for like a deal.
Listen,
that's not 25%.
Listen. So it comes out to be $5.83 a month.
Oh, instead of $6.99.
Wow. You're getting $1 off. $1.
You could go to McDonald's.
$1.17 off a month.
You could go to McDonald's and enjoy that with your Disney Plus membership.
That's not enough for you? Wow. Greedy bastard. Hey, bastard.
I'll tell you what.
You're a working man making good money. You got that.
It would be enough for me if we got them Disney checks.
Hey, or free service. I don't even need to check Disney. Just, hook us up with a couple free subscriptions. And positive review all your stuff.
Every single one.
You will get amazing, glowing reviews. High School Musical, the reboot. Amazing review.
Have you ever seen a single High School Musical?
The Live Lady and the Tramp. Amazing, glowing review. I'll never say anything bad about how weird the dogs look. What else is going to be on there? There's going to be so much stuff. I mean, I can't wait because Darkwing Duck, Chip and Dale Rescue Rangers, I've gone through it. Gargoyles, Spider-Man the Animated Series.
I didn't realize National Geographic was on there.
Yeah, Marvel. That's how they've built it all on Marvel, Star Wars, Disney, Nat Geo. That's literally
Nat Geo is going to be huge.
That's why 99% of the people are signing up is for the Nat Geo shows.
Do you know how many people watch those on Netflix and all that?
A lot. I watch them all the time.
Yeah,
the BBC
they're huge.
Earth stuff. Yeah, I watch them all the time. I love BBC.
That's like a huge.
You know what I'm really into
it.
these days? Completely sidebar. You ever watch the greatest? You ever watch the Great British Baking Show or Great British Baking Challenge? You ever watch that? It's on PBS.
No, I don't. It doesn't sound like you watched it either.
Yeah. I just can't remember the exact name of it, but I think it's the Great British Baking Challenge. I think that's the name of it.
Anyway,
they have 12 bakers in.
Where's this aside leading us?
I've been watching it a lot lately.
Okay.
I think I've watched almost 2 seasons now.
Okay.
Well, what it started with, I was watching a Halloween cake challenge on Food Network.
Okay.
American food shows and British food shows are shot and paced in a completely different manner.
Well, American ones are usually like, oh my God,
crazy,
intense.
Yes. Like fast cuts.
Like someone's going to bloom, bloom, bloom. Yeah. Like all of a sudden a dude busts in with a gun.
There was this one episode of the British one where dude pretty much almost cut his finger off.
Okay.
And his hand was filling with blood, and they didn't even really focus on that. They were still doing the baking show. Where if it was an American one, they'd have been
they would have squirted the camera with the blood.
Everything would have stopped. But it's just different. I don't know where I'm going with this, or even
I don't either.
This.
I mean, it's a fun aside, but
just because the difference in pacing of the baking
I got a
shows.
connection. I got a connection.
What?
Because we're done with Disney Plus. blood shooting at the camera. Diablo
Diablo
4 trailer.
4?
Yeah, it's all about blood.
I don't know anything about Diablo.
I know. He
1
was like
through 4.
What did you ask if it was similar to Doom? He's like,
I was
that's like
is that
Doom, right?
Isn't Diablo like Doom? You run around like a first-person shooter?
No, not
What
even
game
close.
am I thinking of? That's
God
like,
only knows.
That's like Doom, but it's a first-person shooter. Not Diablo.
How would I know what nonsense you're speaking right now?
Let me comment.
As someone who's completely obviously knows nothing about Diablo, how did you feel about the trailer? I mean, you can have feelings about the cinematic trailer. People always comment how Blizzard does a super good job. People have been asking
the
for a
graphics were
movie
crazy.
in the
The
style
graphics
of
were
these
crazy.
trailers forever.
The graphics were crazy. I don't know who the bald dude was. I don't know who the
nobody.
chick coming out of the
The
thing
chick
was.
is somebody, but none of those dudes who got murdered are
No, not
anybody
those
important.
dudes. The white face dude.
Oh, I thought you were talking about
the white who touches her hand.
I'll be
and they're
honest.
and they have like a I would assume a romantical entanglement.
So Lilith
of death.
Sort of no. So Lilith is like, well, I guess I don't know who that guy is, so I shouldn't say that. I shouldn't say that with for sure certainty. But the short version is
That's her boo.
Lilith is freaking the mother of all humanity in the Diablo universe because her and an angel, she's a demon, her and an angel basically do it, and then they create something called a Nephilim, which is basically people, and we lose our powers over time or whatever, they get taken away, yada, yada, yada. So she's basically the mother of the human race.
I love when you yada yada yada.
That weird dude didn't look like an angel to me, so I'm going to say probably not her boo. He's probably just like, hey, we need your help because humans have gotten out of control or are weak or something, so destroy the world. Is basically, I assume Lilith will be the main
the
villain.
fourth time she's tried to destroy the world.
First time. The other 3 times were Diablo. And this is Lilith, who is in the lore.
So why is it called Diablo 4 and not Lilith
Because
1?
technically it's the 4th game in the Diablo franchise, even though
Diablo's
Diablo's
not
not the
in it?
main, as far as we can tell.
Is he dead? Did they kill Diablo?
He turned into a she in the 3rd one, but yeah.
So did he turn
should be.
into Lilith?
No.
So is this the Lilith that started Lilith Fair?
I don't know what that is.
Alanis Morissette?
Still don't know what that is.
Cool.
So I'm going to say no.
Yes. Perfect.
I mean,
Yes.
it's a super good trailer. I'm shocked at how long it is. It's like
It's
9
9
minutes. It's crazy.
I actually watched the whole thing too, and I couldn't tell you one thing about it.
It's good, though. It's super good. If you like any of the freaking Blizzard cinematic stuff, it's great.
There was another video
watched
game
the-
cinematic trailer that came out recently that I was thinking about. I forget.
Well, no one cares. But I watched the gameplay footage for their Diablo 4 also. It looks exactly the same as Diablo 3. I'm crazy disappointed. So I'm going to want to keep seeing, but it looks stupidly similar. Like, they didn't even try to change it similar. Like, I was like, dude, are you kidding me right now? It looks
You said
rough.
it's a top down? So is it like pretty rough? Like, can you see your character?
Yeah.
But so it's a third person. It's not top down.
So, like,
then.
your person's right in the center. You're
You're
over-
behind them.
No, well,
up and behind them.
up and sort of, I mean,
It's a third person.
you basically, because your person can kind of move freely and turn, and you can see their back, but their front if they turn around in whatever direction.
Yeah, but it's a third person view. It's not a
Right.
top down view.
Right.
Because that's like a top down view is like original Warcraft. Where
Right.
literally top down.
But it's kind of top down. I mean, it's in that exact same. It's literally like just like how you're looking at your single character is kind of like how it is with
Like
Warcraft.
Uncharted.
It's more like Warcraft. Like literally, imagine Warcraft, but you're centered on one
Which
guy.
Warcraft?
The Warcraft you were just talking about.
The original Warcraft.
Yes.
Top down.
Imagine just like that, except for one guy's in the center of the screen and you follow that person.
Okay. Moving on.
I'll have to show him footage.
Outer
moving.
Worlds.
Yeah, so I got Outer Worlds.
Go
and I
ahead.
have to talk about this because everybody's acting like this game is like the frickin' best game that's ever been made.
I've seen a lot of things about it. Break it down for me.
Dude.
While I do other things.
Okay,
and
first
half
off,
pay
wow,
attention.
how rude. We're in the middle of a conversation and he's just ignoring me. So it's by a company called Obsidian.
Oh, yeah.
They
I'm
made
familiar.
They made a Fallout game, New Vegas. If you hadn't heard of them, you know,
Fallout
little
New Vegas?
Yep, they made
I've
that.
heard of Fallout
It's
before.
my favorite Fallout game, Fallout New Vegas. Obsidian is a good company. They do a good job. Outer Worlds is fun. Everyone acts like this is like
What type of game is it?
this is what the same sort of. If you've played frickin' Mass Effect, it's almost exactly like Mass Effect. It is borderline the same game, which is not a bad thing.
I thought it was when I first saw it, I thought it was that. What was that one game? It was like a PlayStation game. It was about these alien dudes. Oddworld? Was it called Oddworld? Maybe.
I
Continue.
really don't think you're talking about Oddworld, but you know.
Maybe I think I am.
Which one? Stranger's Wrath?
Oddworld. Yeah, when I first saw this Outer World thing,
Are you kidding
I thought
me
it was
right
a new
now?
Oddworld game.
Are you joking right now?
No, I'm not joking at all. I was like, wait a minute, is there a new Oddworld game?
Do you even... It's like when I talk video games with you, I'm like, dude, what kind of comparisons? Like Diablo's Doom, freaking Outer Worlds, which is a shooter game. It's literally like Call of Duty. It's probably the closest thing I can think to compare it to. You are a guy who shoots a gun. That is the whole game.
Is it a first-person shooter?
Right. You look down the barrel of the gun. Yeah. It's a first-person shooter. But it's like a role play one where you talk to people and make friends and like can make decisions. And
Was Mass Effect a first person? That was like
technically
a third
that was
person.
over the shoulder.
Yeah, that was like a third person.
But it's like the exact same game otherwise. Like you get two companions and you like make friends with them and like you're in space. Like it's crazy similar. Like everyone's like, oh, this is what Fallout 4 should have been.
Is it made
it's
by
like
the
you
same
mean
company?
it's like no.
Isn't
No,
BioWare?
It's not made by BioWare. I just said it's
But
made by
BioWare
Obsidian.
does Mass Effect?
Correct.
Yeah,
Other
alright.
people can make games that are similar to that.
I
But
know.
everybody's like, this is what Fallout 4 should have been. Mm-hmm. Fallout 4 is fun in its own way, and it's very different than this. This has similarities much more, I would say, to Mass Effect. It feels much more like Mass Effect, where I'm like, here's your planet that you got to go on, and here's a bunch of side missions, and once you're done with the planet, you don't need to go back, right? Whereas Fallout is like stupid open world. You go back to the same town 50 times. You know what I mean? It's a world. You explore it and you come back and you're like, okay, whatever.
Things
It's like
change.
It's like walking down the street, right? You know, you go wherever and then you come back, right? This is
Usually
your
what
house.
happens.
You set up a house. In Outer Worlds, your ship comes with you. So your house, you don't go back places, right? You know? It's much more like Mass Effect. If for anyone who's
it's like
played
open
Mass
world
Effect.
but linear. It's like
Much
an
more
open
linear.
world linear game.
It's linear, but then we bring you to like a little small map that is
It's
open world.
but not really.
It's open world on some freaking train tracks, right? It's not quite Fallout open world where literally you don't need to know what's going on with the main quests or whatever. You just go explore the universe. You know what I mean? It's not nearly that free. The combat's fun. But it's like your classic fare as far as shooting, and then you modify your guns, yada yada yada. There's nothing quite that's been like, whoa, this is different. You know what I mean? Well, because I've heard people say like, oh, this is how Fallout should have done their combat. And I'm like, what? I don't understand what's different that
Is it
people
the same?
You hold.
I saw a Fallout
You
game-
hold the mouse button and people die.
I saw a Fallout game once,
God, it's like we're two completely different human beings.
and then, yeah,
How little you know about video games is like kind of shocking.
video games. No. Starting at a certain point, I know a lot about video games prior to a certain.
You don't even remember anything about those video
Yeah, I
games.
do. I remember lots of those video games. I could smash whatever. Speaking of video games, I know nothing about. The Witcher dropped a trailer.
I like that we're going to talk about this trailer when neither of us
All right,
know
so neither
anything
of
about
us have read the
Witcher.
books. Neither of us have played the video games. Neither of us care very much at all. But we watched the Witcher trailer
And it is
because it dropped, and it's hot garbage. It looks like
it's bad.
it looked like Dark World. Is it Dark World?
I don't know.
What's got
Oddworld, probably?
No, what's got Kate Beckinsale in it? And it's about like vampires.
Underworld?
Underworld. What did I say?
Dark World?
Perfect.
Which is
it looks
probably
like-
a thing.
So give me a cross of what was it called? Underworld?
Dark World.
Dark World.
No, it was Underworld.
Underworld. Give me a cross. I know you
did.
did. So take Game of Thrones, Underworld, and like smash them together.
But make them
And then-
less good.
Well, obviously, and then like smash it on the table, and then throw Henry Cavill in it because those.
He sticks out so oddly.
Yeah,
I don't know how an actor could stick out so bad.
I don't know if he's too good looking to play this role, or he's just not the right fit for this role.
Literally every time he's on screen, it's
It's
like
jarring.
Yeah, he looks like he doesn't belong. Like he's way out of place.
Yeah.
Like everyone's like covered in mud and he's like
Perfect.
pristine. Like fresh,
that-
like an action figure fresh out of the package. Like, oh, is this what being a human's like?
Well, and his dialogue is so.
That's rough. That doesn't help. But he looks like
Not,
even
yeah,
without
not
any
only does
sound.
he look like he's not supposed to be there, he sounds like he's not supposed to be there. Like you look like you or when I pictured you in my mind, I pictured fangs and horns or something, and he's like, I filed them down.
I had them filed.
But
just
then
so-
I'm like, he's a great Superman.
think-
Horrible.
Which is honestly
Underworld.
almost the characteristic that makes him a good Superman is that he seems like he sticks out.
Yeah.
Like he doesn't look like he should be standing next to a normal person.
Right.
So you're like, oh, that's Superman. That makes sense. But in this, where it's like a dark, gritty world, it's like, who's that weirdo? Like instantly, you're like,
When like we were saying, it's trying to give you the Game of Thrones feels.
Right.
You know, with the type of stuff. It's trying to give you like the fantasy feels, which I still think is Game of Thrones feels, but with like the werewolves and monster because he hunts monsters or something. I thought okay, one thing, not to bash all over this trailer, but it is awful. One thing I thought they did well was they kind of explained who the Witcher is and what he does.
it sounds like you know a lot about him from that trailer.
He travels the world and like kills monsters, and
I
he's
mean-
born of magic.
It sounds like you.
He had force
Are
push.
you sure you haven't read the book?
Did you see when he used force push? And
No.
he like pushed the people back with wind. Did you see that in the trailer? He used like it looked to me like force.
I mean,
push.
you sound like a guy who knows a lot about The Witcher right now. Is all I'm trying to say.
Wow, I'm not.
I mean, you
know,
just said you learned a lot from that trailer. I can tell. Is all I'm trying to say.
I learned a lot. I learned that he travels the world hunting monsters, and he's born of magic. That's what I learned.
Wow, that you could write his biography.
Pretty much. I'm just saying they established the
Character,
the
who he
character.
is.
Not-
you know, there's just you just know so
not
much
who
about
he
him.
is, but just like
The world.
kind
They
of
built
his
the
motives,
world.
his motive, not his motives, but like what he does, I guess. Like just the meat and potatoes
His
of it.
job?
Yes, his job. He's born of magic and he hunts monsters. There, the basics. Meat and potatoes.
I mean, you could probably get that in like less than 20 seconds in an actually good trailer.
Not necessarily, because some good trailers don't give you any of that, and that makes them better.
Well,
trailers.
but that's purposeful.
But then again, I don't really know anything. Like I said, I don't know anything about The Witcher.
I can
So are
tell.
you gonna watch it? Totally.
No,
You're gonna watch it.
I am 100%. I won't have a Netflix. I'll be too
Oh,
busy
yeah.
watching Disney Plus, dude.
Oof, their lineup is heavy. I can't wait. Oh, I can't wait. I know. Bye. Netflix is done. Done.
Goodbye. If you think Witcher's gonna retain me, you're dreaming.
I didn't even sign up for HBO for Watchmen, and I've heard nothing but good things.
Yeah, everybody's like losing it. So we
Watchmen's
really missed that. We
crazy.
really missed that.
No, we knew it was
frickin-
gonna be crazy. We're just cheap. We're just cheap and
Well, I meant we missed that cash
one,
cow, dude.
one of us would rather watch old Gundams, and the other one of us would rather watch wrestling from Japan
That's true.
or AEW or WWE or
They couldn't possibly be
Crown-
any better than those
Crown
things.
Jewel from Saudi Arabia on.
How was that? I heard like not great things.
So I fell asleep for an hour and a half during it.
Okay.
Because it was on Halloween. So I was watching. So I have double screens. Like I have two TVs.
Okay.
And I was watching Crown Jewel on one, and I had Cultaholics live reactions on the other.
Mm-hmm.
And I was having a good time. Like the Cultaholic dudes were way more entertaining than the wrestling. And I fell asleep, and it was pretty bad. But the Fiend won the WWE Universal title, so I was happy about that because the Fiend's awesome. The Fiend is Bray Wyatt's
I've heard-
character.
yeah,
the
I
Fiend's
know.
sick. All right, the Fiend's sick. That's enough wrestling talk. But yeah, so F Witcher, whatever. We're moving on. Batman stuff. That's all it says on the list here.
Yeah.
So there's a Batman movie.
Well, Matthew McConaughey.
Matt Reeves. Hold the phone. Let's set the
set the
table
tone-
first.
Sorry, I'm excited. We're like freaking. I'm like
You're snappy today.
You mentioned
Snappy
Gundam.
Brian.
We're just like boom, 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 dude. This is the
I
high
mentioned
energy
Gundam,
episode.
and now you got a semi or what? So you're
this
all
is
fired
like
up with energy?
136 and a half episode.
Calm
you know,
down here.
we're like boom, 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 boom.
Batman is having another movie. Robert Pattinson's the Batman. If you haven't
Robert
heard,
De Niro is in there.
no, he's not.
Robert Pattinson is
Robert
the Batman.
Pattinson's the Batman.
Bruce Wayne.
Confirmed.
I heard he's doing a
castings.
dual performance.
Confirmed castings include Paul Dano as the Riddler
Okay.
and Zoe Kravitz as Catwoman. Those are confirmed castings.
Locked down.
Rumored castings are as this.
Confirmed rumored.
Andy Serkis as Alfred Pennyworth.
Andy Milonakis as the P-head.
Colin Farrell as the Penguin, which you should have waited P-head for that one.
Why?
Because Penguin. They both start with P. Alfred Pennyworth, he could have done AP, but not that AP.
Don't call me a P-head because... Okay, keep going. So Alfred Pennyworth and
God.
Penguin.
So who's going to play Alfred Pennyworth?
I don't remember.
Andy Serkis.
Milonakis.
Andy Serkis. MF and Gollum is going to play Alfred Pennyworth.
Okay.
Colin Farrell as possibly
I
the
really
Penguin.
like Colin Farrell, to be honest, to get serious for a
And
second.
then Matthew McConaughey as, I don't know. Who have you heard Matthew McConaughey?
Harvey
Harvey
Dent.
Dent. That's right. Okay, Harvey Dent.
Two-Face
Yeah,
Harvey
yeah.
Dent.
Okay, so that would put as Batman villains in this movie.
A lot.
If Matthew McConaughey is Harvey Dent, you have Matthew
hold on.
McConaughey.
Let me cancel what
You
you're
have
about to
Zoe
say.
Kravitz. You have, don't cancel what I'm about to say. You have Paul Dano as the Riddler, and you have Colin Farrell as Batman. As Penguin. Robert Pattinson's Batman.
But Harvey Dent doesn't need to be Two-Face Harvey Dent in this.
Doesn't.
He can still be Harvey Dent, regular Harvey Dent in this.
Okay.
So you can reverse that. That's one less villain. Boom.
Okay. But that's still more story. We need to, why? I have a feeling that this is getting too muddied already. I want a streamlined story. Okay.
Oh, it's too late now.
I want a streamlined story. I want a Batman versus a villain. Not like, I just have a feeling they're going to try to build Batman's world as opposed to focusing on telling a great Batman story. Now, they say this is supposed to be structured after the last Halloween. You ever read The Last Halloween?
No.
I have. Last Halloween is really not about any characters, like any bad guy you're familiar with. It's about this, like, I'm not going to go into a Last Halloween thing, but it does have a lot of bad guys, like, interwoven through the story. Yes. I'm trying to think, 'cause it's been a while since I read it. I read Hush just recently, but that's
Is P-head in it?
Is Alfred Pennyworth?
No, P-head.
That's, you said Pennyworth was P-head.
No, I didn't. I said
Penguin's P-head now?
no. Andy Milonakis is being P-head.
Andy Serkis as Alfred Pennyworth.
And then there's another Andy Milonakis is supposed to be P-head. That's a separate character. You're just getting confused.
Okay, no. If you're gonna make a joke, just make a joke about something in the movie. Don't try to add to it because it's already enough and confusing enough. There's no Andy Milonakis as P-head. It's Andy Serkis as Alfred Pennyworth.
Then who's Andy Milonakis going to be?
Nobody, because that person doesn't exist.
Google him. I'll bet you $5 Andy Milonakis comes up.
I don't care. Is he gonna be detective or who's playing Commissioner Gordon?
Have you never watched the Andy Milonakis show?
No, I haven't. And I don't care.
Okay. Did you just ask me if I watched Detective Pikachu?
No, I didn't ask you.
Dude,
to watch
I am
Detective
like,
Pikachu. Where are you today?
I don't know.
Where are you? I said, I don't even remember what I said. I don't either.
Okay, so
Batman
Batman
movie.
too much stuff. Too much.
How you're just excited about Matthew McConaughey as Harvey Dent?
I
That's
mean-
the one you came to me with, and that's the one that's the least confirmed. The Andy Serkis as Alfred Pennyworth.
Okay?
Andy
figured it
Serkis
was
and
worth
Colin
mentioning.
Farrell are closer to actually being there.
I do really like Colin Farrell. Did I tell you that? What movie was he in that I really liked? It was this weird
Daredevil.
romance.
It was Daredevil.
No, it
him
was-
as Bullseye.
It was this weird romance one.
How would I know?
Me and Martin used to watch it. We watched it when we worked at the movie theater.
Yeah. Okay.
I think he was like a vampire or something in it.
A vampire in Brooklyn.
Anyway,
That's got Eddie
so
Murphy
too much
in it.
Batman.
So I didn't say too much Batman.
Sorry, too many Batman villains.
It's
too
a
many
muddied
wizards.
story.
Too many wizards.
It's a muddied story. I just want something concise. And I don't understand if they're going to build it around the Riddler being the main bad guy, then it really couldn't be the last Halloween because I thought that was more about Calendar Man. I can't remember. I'd have to read Last Halloween
So
again.
do you think they would change it to Riddler because nobody knows who Calendar Man
Or
is?
the Long Halloween. Sorry, Long Halloween. What did I say? Last Halloween?
Yeah.
Whatever. Long Halloween.
But do you think
maybe.
because nobody, if you're like you can't tell me you're gonna go big budget Batman movie and be like, yeah, Calendar Man's the villain for this one.
No, definitely not.
Okay, so you change it to the Riddler because everyone would remember.
Then just
him.
don't base it on a. Then just write something original. Then just don't base
Whoa,
it on.
whoa! Don't talk too crazy, man. You're gonna make some people uncomfortable.
Like you don't have to. You don't have to base it off something. And like I don't even know. I don't know what DC's doing anymore. I don't know where this takes place. When this. takes
Joker
place.
was good. So
was it?
It
was Joker good?
I thought it was very good.
That's what people say. But I didn't go see it in theaters.
Go see it. It's
so
good.
I'm pretty sure it didn't
It'll
happen.
make you uncomfortable, which is the point. Anyone who claims it's bad because it makes you uncomfortable, that's why it's supposed to do that. It's
The
supposed to make you
trailers
feel
made me uncomfortable.
Yeah, and the movie will make you uncomfortable.
I don't want to go pay to be uncomfortable.
It's not like the whole movie, but the point is like you should feel
And there's
uncomfortable.
no Batman.
No Batman. We can talk off camera. No Batman.
Nah, I can fuck spoil it. I don't care.
I don't want really. Bruce Wayne's in it, but as a little kid. For 30 seconds.
Yeah, that's.
I mean, if I
whatever.
explained.
So
Okay.
it's Gotham.
So why is he in there? Because at one point, before Joker becomes Joker, his mom tells him, because his mom used to work for Thomas Wayne.
Okay.
She says, Thomas Wayne's your dad. He goes there and confronts Thomas Wayne. Bruce is there. Okay, so he goes there to confront Thomas Wayne. It turns out his mom was just crazy, and he's adopted. It's not his real mom. So Thomas Wayne isn't his dad, and that's why she got fired.
Any of this right now.
Well, that's not a huge part of the movie, but it's in the movie. Well,
I don't have any interest.
go
in
see it before you. No,
I'm not gonna go see it.
Stop.
I'm not gonna go see it. Okay. I will see it, but I will not pay money in a movie theater to go.
You're
see
gonna
it.
pirate it?
No.
Call the cops.
No, I did not say pirate it. I did not say pirate it. I said I will not pay money in the theater to see it.
Why? Are you against this movie for some reason?
No. I just don't know.
It's good. Go see it.
The last movie I saw.
Should be this.
No, the last movie I saw was Spider-Man: Far From Home in the theater, and that was back in July.
Oh God. You're overdue for a movie. Take a
No,
Thor
that's
day.
not true. That's not true. Wait a minute. When was Godzilla? When did Godzilla come out?
Are you shitting me? You saw Godzilla in theaters, but you won't go see Joker.
Godzilla King of Monsters?
I'm sure it was great.
Have you seen that movie?
I haven't, but it couldn't
and you're
possibly
getting
be
on
better
my
than
case
Joker.
about Joker.
It couldn't possibly be better than Joker.
I do have a Joker shelf that's like right behind your shoulder.
Why don't you go see this movie? You are unbelievable right now.
I'm stubborn.
I know. I don't know what
super
your
stubborn.
problem is.
Because the next movie
Is it because you hate women? Do you like that callback?
You can't use
You like
that on
callback?
me because it's not a women film. It's a Joker. You should say, do you hate people with mental illness?
Oh, good one. Thanks. Do you hate people with mental illnesses?
Yes.
Oh,
Self-loathing to the fullest. Yeah, Batman. Is that what we're still talking about? Oh, yeah,
no,
I guess
let's go out on a high
we were
note.
talking
That's
about
enough
Joker.
Batman. We're done. Batman's
high note,
too much.
Rick and Morty season 5 drops Sunday. Will we have a reaction video like we did for last season? Brian.
If you have to do it by yourself. I mean, well, you're the one who's like, I'm too busy this
If
week.
you're going to do it alone,
It's not like I can come over.
come over Sunday night at 10 o'clock.
You didn't make it sound like I could.
10:30? 10 or 10:15 on a Sunday night? You think you can sneak out?
Do I think I can sneak in is the real question.
Oh, I don't know.
You've got a child who's got school the next day, and we're going to be giggling about Rick and Morty.
And a wife who has work in the morning, and she hates Rick and Morty.
And we're going to go and in the basement
All right.
giggle about Rick and Morty and then make a video.
So here's the thing.
Are you high?
Here's the thing. I do want to do Rick and Morty
Me
reaction
too.
videos.
Do Thor's thoughts. I think you should. Commit to our audience for Thor's thoughts.
So I could, but here's the thing.
You're not going to like me for the audio. I'm spiking pretty hard.
So I know you're fine. You're just yelling into the mic today. You're like, I need a new microphone, so I'm going to yell into this one. I want to do the Rick and Morty reactions. Mm-hmm. I have class on Monday morning. They're only doing 5 episodes. It's like half of the season. They're only
That's
doing
even more
5
reason to
episodes.
do it.
Yeah, I know, because it's only 5 weeks.
You know what was funny about the last time we said you were going to do all the Rick and Mortys by yourself? And that what did that last? Two Rick and Morty episodes? Then I just came over every time and watched
Yeah,
them
but that
with
was
you?
still at the old apartment.
Yeah. Well, I'm just saying.
That
like,
wasn't
we made this.
here.
We did the exact same thing last time. We're like,
That wasn't here.
Oh, we can't do them together.
Oh, man. Okay, Rick and Morty season 5 starts Sunday.
For reals.
That's the only thing I can confirm. Outside of that, I can confirm nothing.
I'm so excited. I can't wait.
I'm terrified because it starts at 10:30 at night, which means it's over at 11. So if I'm going to shoot and edit and post a video, I got like
I believe in you.
Half hour to do that, and then I have to get to bed to get up and go to class on Monday morning for 2 weeks, and then I have to do it. Well, the third week.
You act like you can't take a nap
during class.
No, after class.
No, you're funny. You can tell you don't have a child. Taking a nap is not a thing.
You just like give him some candy and let him loose. Like if you don't wake me up, you get more candy.
Bribery. See, bribery works occasionally, but it's not a long-term fix, and it's not like a consistent whatever. Either way, irregardless, Rick and Morty season 5 episodes starting November 10th on Cartoon Network, Adult Swim.
How am I even gonna watch that? I don't have cable.
I do.
Wait, I bet you $5 they'll have it on their website. Adult Swim's super cool with their website.
Well, Hulu, I got Hulu. I'll be taping in live.
They do like nonstop. Rick and Morty is always playing live on their website. It's
but
crazy.
They won't the premiere. I don't think they'll put it online right away. I think they want people to, you know what I mean?
So this is what I'll say. They did last season because other people put it online so quick that That's
true. They preemptively.
That way they could get to ad money instead of other people.
All right, whatever. Like, share, subscribe. Baseball Banner episode 136. Thor, Brian. You gotta get this kid off the mic. He's losing it. All right, deuces. Say goodbye, Brian.
Goodbye.
Jesus, and yells one more time. If you like what you just saw, make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel. Like our videos, follow us on Twitter and Instagram, and like our Facebook page.